guys, welcome to my 5th makeup tutorial video. This video today will be on liquid eyeliner, on gel liner, on how to do a winged liner. So a lot of people feel like liquid eyeliner is terrifying. A lot of people feel like it can smell their fear girl. A lot of people really just can't get on well with it, so I'm here to try and give you a bit of advice on how to make that easier for yourself, how to not panic when you make a mistake, how you can fix that mistake, and just how to enjoy using it. So today I'm going to be showing you 2 different types of eyeliner. I'm going to be showing you how to use a gel eyeliner, and I'm going to be showing you how to use a liquid. Now, a lot of liquid eyeliners come like this. I'm not going to be dealing with this today because I think this is a little bit more advanced. I think the principles are essentially the same, so if you only have this type of eyeliner, I will be going into that in the future, but today I'm only going to be dealing with the 2, but the principles are always the same. So the only way to get really good at liquid eyeliner is that practice makes perfect. There is no magic fix, but you can fix mistakes that you make with it. So it is something that you just have to persevere with and see how you go. So I have this eyeliner here, and this is an eyeliner pen. So this is the Sace Lady eyeliner, and it is a waterproof eyeliner, which is great, you know, if you're going to have a good cry, if you're going to be caught in the rain, anything else that you might be doing which involves a reason why you'd need waterproof eyeliner. Maybe you go swimming in it, I don't know. But essentially, this as an eyeliner product is really good. Anyone on Instagram, if you go onto the page Self Home Beauty that I'll tag down below, I actually have a promotion code on there to buy one of these or anything else you want off that website, and the promotion code is Helen30. So if you want anything, please use my code. You get 30% off. It's better for everybody involved. I don't personally gain anything from it. It's just something I have as a promotion for other people. That I think that some of the products are really good and they're not too expensive, and especially for this tutorial, if you buy one of these, it's probably worth, especially if you're learning how to do liquid eyeliner, it's worth buying one of these, because these pens, I mean, you can buy them from anywhere. You can buy them from Superdrug, you can buy them from Boots, you can buy them online. But the pens are essentially easier to use because people are used to writing, so they're used to holding this kind of packaging, they're used to this kind of element. The nib looks a little bit like this, and basically liquid eyeliner, people freak out because they're like, oh my god, I'm not sure how to do it, I'm not sure how it's going to work. So these pens are really good for beginners and for people who are more advanced even, because it gives you that little bit more control than it does from a pot like this. A lot of people, when trying to put eyeliner on, especially gel eyeliner, like to try and use an angular brush like this. Now, power to you if you like to do that, but it's not for me. If you see any kind of liquid eyeliner, they all have these really thin little ends. There's a reason for that, is because they're easier to use, they're easier to control. So essentially, if you can put it on with an angled brush, great. That's not for me, so I won't be showing you how to do that. But a lot of people seem to think that it will be easier. I don't think it is, but it is a personal preference thing, as is with everything in makeup. So really, it's up to you what you choose to use. So I'm going to start with this one, the Sace Lady waterproof eyeliner. And this is like a little pen, as you can see. It's got a little bit of blue on from my last big makeup look that I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shake it to make sure the product's in there. And what I like to do is start in the inner corner and just press it on. Press and bring round. So essentially the trick with eyeliner is to just do small areas at a time and see how you go. Don't try and go crazy straight away. Don't try and do one line, because the product isn't going to stay on the brush for you to be able to do one line, most likely. You know, just do it in little stages. So I'm going back in from the front, and I'm just going to make that a little bit wider there. And I'm just bringing it over, and I'm going to come in the other way. So it's like sketching lots of little lines to make one big line. Now I will be going quiet at times during this video because I personally can't talk when I'm doing my liquid eyeliner, so I'm going to do my best to keep telling you what I'm doing. So if I want this line to now look thicker, I can make it thicker. I can just gently go over it again and get right in the corner of my eye and gently bring it out right up to wherever I want it. So I can just keep bringing it up if I want to. Just keep smoothing out any little lumps and bumps that I can see. Right, I'm at the stage now where I've made it as thick as I want it. So I'm at the stage now where it's as thick as I want it, and I'm going to do the wing. So you can do a little wing, you can do a big wing, you could, for me, sometimes when I'm going out to, let's say, get my nails done, because I'm going on a night out, sometimes I do a small wing and make it bigger later on. You can also do that. Essentially, the best way to do this is go from where you want it. So if you mark it here and gently come into here, you're just blending into one line. So you've got one line to work on. So basically this line I've just created is the top line, and we're now going to make the bottom line in a couple of strokes. So you've made like a little triangle. So I just started with the top line, then I brought it in and I just shaded in the middle. So if you want this point to look a little bit more, you can always gently bring it out. And you can keep bringing it out to make it where you want it. Just to build it to where you like it to be. Now some people like a flat wing, some people like a straight wing. For me, I like it to come up a little bit and curve upward. You can just keep filling it in till it feels right for you. There isn't any magic trick to this. It is something you do have to practice. Obviously, something a lot of people do is they like to put a dot and then draw from the dot inward. So like this, you can see here that I've done a straight line to that dot, and then you can bring it past the dot if you want. Like that. But let's say that you now, at this point, think, oh God, I've messed up really badly. I didn't want to do that. It looks horrendous. I'm not happy with the way it looks. Don't panic. You can always fix everything. So actually what I'm going to do to fix this now, because I only want this high one, I don't want this low one, is that I can gently touch it to check how dry it is. And by patting my finger on it, I've taken out some of the pigment. You can't massively see on camera, but it has blended it down a little bit. Now, to fix a lot of mistakes, I like to use the 2005 Emo Favourite Dream Matte Mousse. So Dream Matte Mousse is magical stuff. If you ever saw anyone, my sort of generation, back in the day who looked like they had a cake face, myself included, it's because of this stuff. It's because this stuff is thick. It's like it's a bit like a brow pomade. It's between powder and foundation. It makes your face look powdery. It's a thing of pure beauty, really. But it still has a place in my makeup bag, and the reason why is because this is the new one. This is what it looks like now, and it is because it is great for fixing mistakes. So what I like to do to fix a mistake is I like to get a brush like this, which is a flat brush, and I dip into my Dream Matte Mousse. Now I don't need too much to start with, so I'm just going to take a little bit. You can see there a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going over that line that I've made, and you can see it start to disappear. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blending it away and it's going to start to disappear. In between, while you're doing this, you want a makeup wipe next to you so you can wipe away the black residue off this brush, so you know, so it stays clean each time that you go in onto your face with it. It is going to take a short while. Don't panic if it doesn't work straight away. It is one of those things that you have to just gently do. You can see here that it started to come away really well now. Obviously, if you were to use a makeup wipe, you'd wipe off layers of makeup. You're just adding another layer on, which is better in my opinion. So what I'm going to do now is get the brush and just gently blend outward. And keep blending until it looks right. And add a little bit more of the Dream Matte Mousse. Until, girl, it looked like it never happened. Now, in order to make sure that this fix is still put on my face, because obviously you can see this side, it's fine. This side I've got a patch of foundation that I don't really want there. So what I can do is I can get my powder brush, get whatever powder I use and powder it down first. Obviously that's important, just to make sure that it's all dry. Just get in there with my powder brush and just powder it all down. And then obviously it's taken out part of my contour, so I can get my contour brush and just bring that back in and re-blend it in. So you can see there it's already starting to blend out. And then finally I can get my highlighter brush and just highlight over the top. Looked like it never happened. Now sometimes you will get the odd dark mark. If you look really closely here, there is a little bit under my eye that I can just push away. But essentially this will fix any mistake. So long as you have the patience to do it, it'll fix any mistake. So now, because this eyeliner isn't as curved as I want it, I can go back in and I can just gently bring it down back to where I wanted it before. As if it never happened. Now for me this looks a little bit high up here, so what I'm going to do to try and straighten that out a bit is to come from not quite the point, a little bit further in, and just start straightening it off, and then touch that point up like so. So obviously this is quite extreme because of, for purposes of this tutorial, it is quite an extreme eyeliner. I don't tend to do it this extreme. If it still doesn't look quite right, if you still feel like it looks more curved, you can make it, obviously you're going to be making it thicker each time, so you need to be aware of that. But you can just keep adding to balance it out. And you can see there that I've now got a really nice big eyeliner flick. If here you can see like it's a little bit straight, you can bring it under your eye a little. Now what I like to do if I have to bring it under my eye, like so, is to actually get a black eyeliner and blend it out a little bit. So I'm just going to grab one. So I'm just going to grab this black eyeliner and I'm just going to go in here and just blend it with that, just to make it look that little bit more seamless. And you can see now that it's framed my eye. But if you just use eyeliner on its own under your, liquid eyeliner on its own under your eye, it's quite difficult to get it to look straight or get it to look seamless. So I like to blend it out with a bit of black eyeliner, and that's kohl eyeliner for anyone that is interested. Okay, this side I'm actually going to use my gel eyeliner, so I'm going to use the Kiko Milano gel liner. Now the only problem with these gel liners is they dry out really fast, and if it's even slightly cool, it's going to be difficult to get anything out of. In order to counteract that, you can buy essential oil drops from MAC, or you can use a tiny bit of coconut oil, though I've used so much in mine now that it actually transfers onto my eyelid, so I don't necessarily recommend that. But what I'm going to do is use this brush, so it's a nice thin brush. These are £2 off Beauty Bay, these brushes. They're not too expensive, and they're really good for this because they give you a nice control that you need. So what I'm going to do is dip in there and just saturate this brush and make it nice and flat, covered in that product. And I'm going to do the same again that I did with the liquid eyeliner, but some people prefer gel because they don't find it as difficult to work with. They don't find it to go as crazy, they don't find it to go all over the place as a liquid liner. So it's basically seeing what you prefer. Now with gel, you'll find that you have to go over it a couple of times to get it right, because it comes off in little areas, which is what a lot of people like about it because it makes it easier. The other issue with gel and liquid liner such as this is that you have to dip in several times, whereas an eyeliner pen you don't have to do that, because obviously a decent one will constantly give you a stream of product. So I'm just following this line across my lash line and I'm bringing it down. And the beauty of gel eyeliner is it is slow and steady wins the race. You can just keep going over it. And you can see where it's not quite at my lash line, so I need to just go back in there, and I can just get in there and get it looking snatched. And then another trick that I like to use for eyeliner is that if you draw your brows on, or if you've got a curve of your brow, which most people have, you can figure out where your wing goes to the curve of your eyebrow. So this one here is practically at the same level. So I'm going to try and do the same here. So what I'm going to do is leave about the same amount of gap and just draw that little line. Now you can see that that line is patchy, it's not quite right, so you're going to have to go over it a few times. That is the beauty of gel liner, because you're not going to end up with a crazy mark. This will be easier to get off than liquid eyeliner because you don't get that crazy mark. It will remove with the Dream Matte Mousse, the same as the other one. It's a technique that I've been using for years. That is my own technique. It's not something I've seen, it's not something I learnt from anybody else, so I'd like to share it with you. Obviously you can see that I'm just going in and over these areas. Now, like I said, the problem with my gel eyeliner is it is a bit old, it is a bit claggy, so it is going to take a little while just to get it looking snatched. If you really struggle with gel eyeliner because it's really claggy and minging, what you can do is get a little bit out, like so, and put it and massage it onto your hand. Now this is going to leave a stain, so you know, don't say I didn't warn you, but this will make it warmer and easier to use. So if you are really struggling with it, especially in, like, let's say the dead of winter, you can put it on your hand and then just take it straight off your hand onto your brush and just carry on creating that shape, and it will be warmer because it will be the temperature of your skin already. So you can just carry on. And just keep adding to it where you feel the need to. Obviously now I feel like I've gone a bit thick up here, so what I can do is nudge it in and get my brush again with a bit of Dream Matte Mousse left on it and just go in there and clean it up. It doesn't need to be a massive mistake that needs to be fixed. Sometimes it's just a small one. Sometimes your point won't be strong enough. Sometimes you'll smudge it. So obviously, so long as you've got a makeup wipe to wipe this brush on to get any excess off, you can just keep going in there and fixing any mistake that you might have made. It's no big deal. Obviously be aware that for the first couple of times you do it, it will spread across your face a little bit. That's not an issue, it's just part and parcel of having to fix it. So here I can just keep going in with this, patting it in, using my finger to pat it in. and then I can go underneath and over the top, just to make that, to give me that base again to work off. Then I'm going to get my powder brush and powder it all down. Now, something I forgot to mention here is the main thing to remember with liquid eyeliner is, and gel eyeliner is, until it's dry it will transfer. So what you've got to be aware of is when it transfers, you've got to wait for it to dry in order to make sure that you're not going to get it all over you. So I'm going to carry on now with my gel liner. Now if you find that any brush is too thick for this, you can use a normal paintbrush from somewhere like an art shop or the Range or somewhere like that. It's all the same thing, they all do the same job. If you have sensitive skin, you might want to find a face paint brush as opposed to a normal art brush, just to make sure that it is safe on your skin. And you can see there that this side's starting to look right. Again, I can see a bit that I'm not too keen on, mainly because my gel eyeliner is a bit gloopy and a bit old, so it's causing me a few problems. But you can see here, and now I can bring it round just as I did with the liquid one. Start bringing it round my eye. I could go all the way under, but I don't personally like to. I like to leave a little bit, and then I'm going to get my eyeliner again and go into here. And do the same on the other side. And then if I just want to clean anything up, I can do now. And there you have it. Liquid liner. Now, obviously, on camera it looks like there are patches. There aren't. It's actually just that my eyelashes have a bit of foundation on. But if you do have any patches in your corner of your eye, you can just go back in. Gel eyeliner is great to learn with because you have a little bit more control over it. It doesn't have the same shiny effect, but I think it looks stunning. I love a matte gel liner. Gel liners also come in an array of colours. I will be doing another video on how to use other things as eyeliner to get bright colours, coming soon. But for me, gel eyeliner is probably the best to learn with. If you really, really want to try liquid, the liquid eyeliner pens are really, really simple to use as well. They feel more like a pen, which makes them more relatable. It makes them easier to use because you already write with a pen, so it already gives you that familiarity. I'm just going to take this gel eyeliner off my hand that's going to sit in all the little grooves of my hand now, because you do have to be aware of that it does not come off easily. It will put up a fight if you do put it on your hand to warm it up. So you can see here, you can see where I've still got a mark. That's not going to come off very easily. If I keep scrubbing, it is starting to come away, but you are going to be left with a dark mark on your hand. Obviously, if you find that you need to touch up any areas because you put the Dream Matte Mousse, you can do. So I've just touched that highlighter back up. But remember, at the start of this video, I had another eyeliner strip here that is completely gone. You can't see it at all. You can fix anything. So just don't panic. Just stay calm. Just take your time. Remember the steps. Liquid eyeliner can only smell your fear if you're scared of it. So just don't be. You don't need to be. You can you can resolve any issue that comes your way. I've now equipped you with the knowledge of be able to do that. And I'm hoping to see all your winged liner looks. Obviously this one's quite extreme because I wanted to show you how you can do it to make it super extreme. A lot of people have been asking for bright eyeshadow tutorials, so today while I'm doing my liquid eyeliner, I am going to just take off this little bit of highlighter that's in the inner corner of each eye. But while I'm doing this liquid eyeliner tutorial, I am also going to show you how you can use a singular bright coloured eyeshadow really effectively without having to do too much. Obviously you can see here again I've taken this highlighter off. I'm just going to put a bit more Dream Matte Mousse, blend it in, bounce it in with my finger, and again the other side. And you can see here that it's started to blend away. So you can take things off, you can do things. I mean, obviously, if you keep removing things, eventually it is going to start to show. It's a bit of a magic trick, but it's not a magic fix. You can remove anything, but remember, everything has its limits in makeup. Not everything's going to work every time. Sometimes you're just going to be too frustrated to do it, and you're just going to want to take it off and redo it again. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, that doesn't mean you're defeated by it. It just means that it's something that's not worked for you today. Sometimes I have a massive tantrum and take everything off because it's just not worked out for me. That's just the beauty of makeup, is that it is different all the time. So we're going to talk about bright colours, and we're going to talk about how you can use a bright colour really effectively with a liquid eyeliner or a gel eyeliner. So you've got an idea of how to use a really bright colour and make it really pop. And it is a super simple thing, actually. So it is a super simple way of making a bright colour really, really pop against all that black eyeliner that you have on. That is by just adding it into the inner corner of your eye. I'm actually going to just lay down a little bit of eye primer in the area that I'm going to put this eyeshadow, which is just in the inner corners of my eye here and here. And I like to blend mine out with a brush. I am going to talk about why we use eye primer and what it does, how it works, and the best kind of ones on the market in another video. But for now, I've just laid down a little bit, and I'm going to use my Mini Controversy palette, and I'm going to use this shade here, which is Cancelled. So I'm just going to use the shade Cancelled, and I'm going to get a really dense brush. Now this brush, the denser your brush, this is like a pencil brush, the denser your brush, the more colour payoff you're going to get, and that's the first thing you need to know when you come to doing bright colours in makeup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into Cancelled here, which I've never used before, and I'm just going to tap it into the inner corner of my eye. So you can see there, it's really super bright, and I'm going to do the same the other side. And you can see there that it's really bright. Now, obviously, if you want this diffused, which I personally do, I'm going to get a different pencil brush that's not got any product on, and I'm just going to blend it up here and down the other side here to curve around my eye. And you can take this out as far as you want it, or leave it in as far as you want it. But this is a super simple way that you can use any bright colour to make a bit of a statement in the inner corner of your eye. Obviously, if you don't want it to be as far out as this, you could just do a really small amount in the inner corner. If you wanted to bring another colour here, you could do. But it is a really simple way of making a bit of a statement. So say I feel like I've gone too far again, you can use the same magic eraser trick as before and just gently use a bit of Dream Matte Mousse to blend it away and make it more localised. So you can see here that I've got rid of part of it, or you can do it here. So you can see now that I've got an interesting look, and I'm just going to wax some mascara on so you can see what that's really going to look like when a makeup looks complete. So I'm just going to put a little bit of mascara on so you can see what it's going to look like without all this foundation on my eye. So you can see here I've just put some mascara on just to make it look a little bit more finished. I could go out like this. Obviously a bright colour in your inner corner is something that's a little bit different, it's a little bit avant-garde, it's something not many people will do, and it's just a really nice way of creating a really big statement with very little effort. And you can use any colour. I've done this in pink, I've done this in mint green, you can use any eyeshadow for this, there are no rules. And it does look super cute, so give it a go yourself. Let me know what you think to this tutorial. If you've got any questions, please ask me. Next video we'll be moving on to basic eyeshadow and transitioning, so please, look forward to that. So please, you know, if you've got any questions, if you want me to add anything in, I am going to do a lot more about bright eye colours, because I know it's a thing a lot of people like. It's a thing that a lot of people are interested in. It's a thing that a lot of people are nervous about doing. So it's just something that, you know, if I can alleviate any worries. But essentially it's about what you feel comfortable with and what you're going to love. So I'm going to walk around like this with this blue on. I'm going to go for a jog in a minute. I don't really care because I think it looks really nice. It's really stark. But essentially I will say this about bright colours, is the only thing that holds you back is yourself. The only thing that makes anyone notice it is if you're nervous with it. So build up slowly, maybe just do a tiny dot in the inner corner of your eye as opposed to this whole curved look I've got going on. You can do anything that makes you feel comfortable and just keep practicing. So I can't wait to see your liquid eyeliner. If there's anything else you want me to do, I have got a running order. I've got a list of videos that I'm trying to do to make sure that I get everything in for everybody. So please do ask, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys!